Once upon a time in a beautiful forest, there was a cheerful little bird who lived a carefree and happy life. Every day he would wake up with the sunrise, greet the new day with a song, and spend his time playing with the other little birds or simply enjoying the warmth of the sun on his feathers. One day, while the little bird was singing his happy tune, suddenly the sky darkened. The wind began to pick up and the clouds rolled in. He looked around and saw that all the other animals were running around in a panic, trying to find shelter from the coming storm. The little bird had never seen anything like this before. And although he didn't know what was going on, he knew he needed to do something. He flapped his wings and started to fly in search of a safe place to hide. But the wind was too strong and kept pushing him back. The little bird tried his best, but it was no use. He was too weak to fight against such a powerful wind. Just when he was about to give up, he saw an old oak tree with thick branches that were bent but not broken. He flew towards it and managed to land on one of the lowest branches. The little bird huddled on the branch as the storm raged around him. The wind screamed, the rain poured, and the thunder roared. He was scared and exhausted and wished it would all just end. Then suddenly, a strong gust of wind hit him, knocking him off the branch. The little bird tumbled through the air, wings flailing, and crashed into a bush. He was hurt and completely drained. He tried to stand up, but his legs felt like lead. As he looked up at the darkening sky, he thought to himself, "It's no use. I'm too weak. I can't fight this wind. I might be the strongest bird I know, but today the wind is just too strong." And then right at that moment, as the rain was pouring down on his face, he saw an eagle sitting on a twig nearby. The eagle was majestic and calm, its feathers ruffled by the wind, but it wasn't struggling. It sat there steadily, seemingly unaffected by the raging storm. The little bird couldn't believe his eyes. How could a bird be so calm in such a terrible storm? Filled with a sudden surge of hope, the little bird gathered all his strength and flew up into the sky, determined to reach the eagle and ask for help. As he got closer, he realized that the eagle wasn't just sitting there. It was actually flying against the wind, soaring effortlessly and steadily, completely calm and in control. The little bird watched in awe as the eagle used the power of the wind to lift itself higher and higher above the storm. The little bird understood that the eagle wasn't fighting the wind, but using it to its advantage. And in that moment, he learned a valuable lesson. Sometimes the most difficult situations can be turned into opportunities if you know how to use them. But how exactly does one use adversity to their advantage? Well, the answer, my friend, lies in understanding the true nature of the situation in oneself. You see, the wind didn't just blow the little bird down. It also showed him the eagle's way of dancing with the storm. Similarly, your struggles don't just knock you down. They also present you with opportunities to rise above them. The little bird decided to try what the eagle had done. He took a deep breath, spread his wings wide, and let the wind lift him up. But unfortunately, he wasn't successful. He struggled against the wind, but it was too strong, and he started to fall. As he plummeted toward the ground, fear gripped him. He thought to himself, "I'm not as strong as I thought. Maybe I should just give up." But deep down, he knew he couldn't do that. There was a fire inside him that refused to let him give in to the storm. With a determined glint in his eye, the little bird once again soared into the stormy sky, ready to give it another try. This time, instead of fighting the wind, he focused on feeling its rhythm. At first it was difficult, but slowly he began to relax his body and let the wind flow through his feathers. He dipped and swayed, feeling like he was dancing with the wind rather than fighting it. And as he did, he found a strange sense of freedom and joy. With each turn and twist, he became lighter and more at peace. Then something magical happened. As he was dancing with the wind, the little bird realized that he wasn't just surviving the storm, he was thriving in it. The wind, which had once pushed him down, now lifted him up. He felt as though he could fly higher and higher above the dark clouds. As he climbed above the clouds, the sky began to clear and the sun peeked through the opening. The little bird found himself soaring in a sky that was blue and cloudless, filled with warmth and light. He had reached a place of calm and peace that he had never experienced before. From that day on, the little bird was never afraid of storms. Instead, he welcomed them as a chance to dance with the wind and soar to new heights. Whenever he faced challenges, he remembered the lesson he had learned from the eagle, that adversity is just another opportunity to learn and grow. This story teaches us several valuable lessons. First, it shows us that we shouldn't panic in difficult situations. When the little bird panicked and tried to fight the wind, he only made things worse for himself. However, when he remained calm and focused, he was able to find a way to overcome the challenge. Second, this story reminds us that we should never give up, no matter how difficult things may seem. Even when the little bird was exhausted and thought he couldn't go on, he kept trying, and eventually he succeeded. Finally, this story teaches us that we shouldn't be afraid of challenges, because they can help us grow and become stronger. When the little bird learned to dance with the wind, he was able to soar to new heights and experience a sense of freedom and joy he had never felt before. So whenever you face adversity in your own life, remember the story of the little bird. Don't panic, don't give up, and don't be afraid to embrace the challenge. Who knows what new heights you may reach? Now let's look at some of the key takeaways from this story. When facing difficulties, don't fight it. Instead, try to understand it. Just like the little bird couldn't beat the wind, we can't solve problems by simply trying harder. We need to take a step back and analyze the situation to figure out the best way forward. Sometimes we need to change our perspective. When the little bird looked at the eagle, he saw a way to overcome the storm. Similarly, when we observe others, we can learn new ways of thinking that can help us solve our own problems. Don't be afraid to try new things. When the little bird tried to dance with the wind, he failed at first, but he didn't give up. In the end, he learned a new skill that allowed him to soar above the storm. Similarly, if we want to succeed, we need to be willing to experiment and try new things. It's okay to ask for help. When the little bird asked the eagle for help, he didn't feel ashamed, and that's okay. And sometimes we all need help, and asking for it is a sign of strength, not weakness. Finally, always keep trying. When the little bird almost gave up, he remembered his inner strength and kept trying. And in the end, he succeeded. Similarly, we should never give up, no matter how difficult things may seem. If you liked this story, you might also enjoy another story about a little bird who learns to appreciate his small size. You can find that story by clicking here.